This is the dynamed Plus home screen. Um, that you'll note at the bottom, they give recent updates. These updates, as you can tell from the date, are updated today, and they give that information to us as things change. Yesterday, I noticed there was a new update in regards to biphosphonate treatment for women with breast cancer, which is important for my area that I currently work. But it's not what I like about it is that it gives these quick, up to date information um, and topics that could be imperative to your um, area of expertise. They also give a spotlight talking about how to get the information on the mobile app. Um, I set mine up, it was very easy, and the look and display of it is easily read and understood and very easy to note between the two when you're working with both. We'll go ahead and go under the calculators here. Under calculator, the dynamed goes into medical equations, clinical criteria, decision trees, statistic calculators as a unit and dosing conversion. You can search by the specialty, as I said, although dynamed is really geared, and one of the things that they emphasized was that it was geared for someone in a primary setting. They give you a calculator, glossary references as well. I'm going to go ahead and go back to dynamed main screen. Or so I thought. All right, so I'm at the main screen, and let's just go ahead and say that we are in a family practice setting, and we have a family coming in having some concerns about their family member and their memory, an older family member. So I'm going to go ahead and type in here so you can see the way the searches work. I'm going to say I'm going to start looking into dementia. So as you can see, they have you can go straight to dementia evaluation, dementia with Lewy bodies. You can search for various uh, areas as well, dependent on how specific you get. And you could do this with breast cancer. You could do it with a variety of areas. I just thought it would be easy to go ahead and do the dementia evaluation because most of us are going to come up with a situation where a patient and family are concerned about dementia with the prevalence. So we're going to go ahead and search just dementia evaluation. I want to note here on the side, it gives a hyperlink and you can search within that text. So you've got the overview and recommendations. And as you can see on this right-hand side, it gives a little more detail in that information. So it goes over the background, evaluation, how you would evaluate, related summaries, definition, incidence and prevalence, causes, your history and physical, what you would do, diagnostic, cognitive and functional assessment screenings, quality improvements, as well as guidelines and resources for patient information. Then you have also the ICD-9 and ICD-10 codes, which are really important to be able to have. And it goes into the references. Under the references, those are all evidence-based EBSCO health references and journals that you're able to get that information. You can choose to print or follow, but let's say we're going to go ahead and we want to figure out what we need to do to really have a good screening or assessment of dementia. So they give you some information in regards to the cognitive assessments, um, what things you need to make sure to go into detail and document within your documentation of your assessment of the patient. Then it also gives screening tests. So you can do a mini cognitive eval, 7-minute screening. They also have printouts that you can have someone actually give information, have their family members give more detailed information. They then go into, once you've decided that, yeah, I think this patient has dementia, and once you've done that screening, you've got quality improvements. So things that you can say for your patient that they should really work on. I found that to be helpful as well. And then the guidelines and resources. So they've got the United States guidelines and just various areas. All of these guidelines are based on evidence, obviously, and what the practice is here in the US. And then you have patient information. So handout that you can give them and ways for them to help manage at home. And then, as I said, the ICD-9 or 10 codes, which I found to be really helpful. And I know, although right now I'm not necessarily utilizing those codes often, in my current practice, I only use a few when I'm sending in tests for specific breast cancer and different things like that. But once I become into family practice situation, I can see that the amount of information needed and given is a lot more comparatively to my specialized area that I currently work. Let's go ahead and go back to the calculator, excuse me. I want to just kind of show you the decision trees, which I found very interesting. So they've got a variety of decision trees, arterial gas. So you can go through and let's say they're less and their pH is a little high. And then it will actually give you what the endpoint respiratory alkalosis with reduced respiratory acid causing high pH. This is a calculation I used to have to do frequently in the ICU, and I thought that this was a very good resource. They have a variety of decision trees that I found very informative and interesting. You can also do the search by specialty. So I found this interesting as well. I just went through work comp myself and to find that they have a variety of different work comp decision trees. I never realized that that was something that would have been necessary, but it's there. And I thought, oh gosh, this is maybe how they came up with a couple of decisions on my end. Let's go ahead and go back to the dynamed Plus. So as you can see, they give you a variety of areas, different ways to look at things. A very simple page. There's not a huge amount of clutter as those of us that are familiar with Epic. There tends to be, 3 or 4 different navigators on either side. This is pretty self-explanatory and easy to use. You can click on the recent updates and they'll actually give you, again, that same information that I was looking at for dementia, but in relation to what is now the standard or what changes have been made. Thank you so much for your time.